What's up guys, Armando here, giving you a full review of the Nexus 10 tablet. I'm going to be going through my first impressions. I'm going to let you know the good, the bad, and there is an ugly. So let's get started. Let's talk about my first impressions. When I first picked up the tablet, I was very impressed on how good it felt in the hands. The weight distribution is right on. It's not really light, but it's not really heavy either. I would say that it's sort of in between. Like I said, it's a very balanced tablet, but most importantly, I think I was more impressed with the back of this tablet. The material used. It has a sort of like a non-stick material so that when you hold it, it doesn't slip off your hands. But most importantly, it has this like gummy feel, and I'll tell you, it feels really, really good in the hands. The other thing, of course, that I really liked and was very impressed was the front speakers of the device. They're actually facing towards you. And let me tell you, I must say that these are the best sounding speakers I have heard on a tablet. As a matter of fact, I was really impressed when I did my Microsoft Surface review. Those speakers were great, but these definitely front-facing speakers, just like you would at a movie or at your home, that is the way to go. So really good job on Samsung and Google for making it really seamless and integrating it into the tablet so that it looks like nothing is there. Of course, let's talk about the display. The display is gorgeous. Really guys, it is probably one of the best displays I have seen. It definitely rivals that of the iPad 3 or iPad 4 now with the Retina display. It is really beautiful, and one of the reasons why you would want to pick up this tablet. The other thing I want to talk about is Android 4.2 Jelly Bean. This was a well-needed update. It has the system is more refined now. Things like the pull-down notifications, the settings, how everything integrates with tablet and phone is phenomenal. And I really appreciate using Android 4.2, and it feels great. I love the new keyboard. The swipe style keyboard works great. I'm a huge swipe fan, so this was nothing new to me, and integrating it now to Google's Android 4.2 was just something that was well needed, and I love it. The other thing that I want to talk about is how Google was able to, or Samsung was able to use the micro USB charger. I must say that this is one of the things that I dislike on other tablets that use proprietary chargers, like the Surface has their own magnetic, which is nice, but the fact that they use a standard micro USB charger on a huge device like this is really nice. That way you can use it with all your other chargers, sort of keeping it uniform and the standard format. So that was really nice to see on this tablet. The other thing that you'll notice on this tablet that I think actually works really well is the camera, and I'll show you guys some video sample on that. The camera seems to work really good. I mean, I don't really take videos or pictures on a tablet, but compared to what I've seen on other devices, I must say that it works really well. So here's a camera test, and we're inside my office. Just kind of show you guys, there's R2D2. And let's go ahead and go outside just so you guys can see. There's no light over here, and you can see that it's a little bit grainy, but again, there's absolutely no light. Now we go into a room that does have light, as you guys can see. Let's go ahead and go outside just so you guys can see how it looks. Now there's really no sun out today, but just to kind of give you an idea of what to expect if you buy this tablet. So again, the video quality is not bad. This is shooting in 1080p. A couple other things that are nice about this is the ability to do the photosphere. But let's take a look at some of the detail on these plants. So it's not bad. I think for a tablet it does its job, and also considering the price tag, it's pretty good. Now the performance on this tablet is really good. I can't say it's the best I've seen, but it works really. You won't be disappointed, let's put it that way. Pictures render really fast, websites work really well. There is still some minor lag, but I really think that has to do with the optimization of this particular tablet running at this high crazy resolution of 2560, I believe, by 1600. I always forget. Yeah, 2560 by 1600. So yeah, that's probably one of the reasons. Like, for example, take Facebook. When you look at the Facebook application, and I know this is more of a Facebook app thing, you'll notice that there's a lot of lag compared to, let's say, the Facebook on the Nexus 7. So you'll notice that because of this really high resolution, apps are not optimized, which of course that's one of the biggest things that you'll see on the Google's tablet platform, is that the applications are still a bit behind. But we're not talking about the bad yet, so I'm going to skip that for a second. The other thing that I want to talk about is the price tag on this tablet. The 16 gigabyte model starts at $399, which you are getting a very capable tablet and able to run just about anything you throw at it. The performance is awesome. The screen display is great. Probably one of the best looking devices out there. So for $399, I would say it's probably the best tablet for your money. However, now let's jump into the bad. The bad. The first thing I want to talk about is the front-facing camera. I did a video chat on it, and if you notice, the front-facing camera is actually shifted to the right a bit. I don't know if this was a manufacturing error. I don't know if there's a purpose for it. If you know the reason for it, leave your comments down below. But when I was doing my video chat, I noticed that I had to hold the tablet slightly to the left, which made it a little bit uncomfortable to do, because normally when you hold a tablet, you want it right in front of you. And holding it in front of you, my face was shifted to the right. So that kind of felt a little awkward there. The other thing I wanted to talk about is the volume button. Now you're probably going to say, Armando, you're holding it wrong. But most devices have the volume on the right side, meaning that if it's on the right side, when you hold it this way upright, the up button actually lowers the volume. Yeah, it's kind of weird. That's something that Samsung likes to do on all of their, including Galaxy Tab. And the volume down button actually increases the volume. Again, I know what you're going to say, Armando, you're holding it wrong. And it may very well be that it makes sense that the volume keys should be down here so that you can easily have access to them. My only gripe would be that why didn't you do it on the right side? Because most devices out there have all of the volumes and stuff on the right side. So it's kind of one of those left, right, you get accustomed to. So maybe that's more of a personal thing. So you take it for what it's worth. I want to just give you my thoughts on that. The other thing I want to talk about is the auto brightness. The auto brightness on this thing is terrible, and this is probably something that's not a software issue, but more of a hardware issue with maybe the Samsung's light sensor. And the reason why I say this is because the Galaxy Nexus is no different. It is terrible. However, other Android devices that I've used before in the past, the auto brightness works great. So I think it may be a hardware issue on this. I don't know. It's hard to say. I just know that from the Galaxy Nexus and including this one, leaving this in auto brightness is not going to work. It is very, very dim. It's hard to see. So you constantly have to use the pull down notification to adjust the screen brightness manually. And that's something that I do not like, and I felt very, very annoyed by. Now, let's move on to the ugly. The ugly is, I said the device feels good, and that is true. I'm not saying that it doesn't. However, it also is very cheap. Let me show you what I mean by that. And I don't know if you guys can hear this. Let's see if you guys can hear this. The back feels like it's disconnecting from the front. It's a very odd, and it only happens here in the center. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I hope you guys can. But I'll tell you, it's very loud. So as I'm holding the tablet, and let's say I shift it, it starts making these little crinkly, crackling sounds, and it just feels really flimsy and cheap. I almost want to say disposable is the right word. And I don't know if maybe because when the Nexus program started, it was kind of geared towards developers. So it was a way to give developers a chance to develop Android applications. So maybe the quality is not so premium because they figured they're just going to throw them around, and they wanted a cheap, I hate using that word, let me rephrase that, inexpensive device for developers to buy. And I feel that that sort of translates to this device here. The the back just feels, again, like it's falling apart. Certain things just feel really like made in China. Of course, all these are made in China, but you guys know what I mean. And that's really, really where the ugly comes into place. And I was slightly disappointed because it doesn't have that premium feel that you would, let's say, on an iPad or even on the Microsoft Surface tablet, which feels amazing. And I guess that was my biggest disappointment. It's not really a drawback per se, but sometimes when I'm holding it and I'm using it, I do get a little annoyed by the crinkly and just cheap feel. So for what it's worth, it's still a great tablet. I really, really like it. I definitely probably going to be one of my daily drivers. Right now the Surface is my daily driver, and I can't wait to pit both of these guys together to see which one comes out on top. I don't know what they're going to do down here, if they're going to add a keyboard down the road, which would be really, really great, and I think it would make this even a better tablet. So we'll have to see and wait. I hope you guys enjoyed this little mini review on the tablet. In the next couple of days or weeks, I'm going to be pitting this tablet against some of the top or some of the newer tablets out there, like the Microsoft Surface, the new iPad, and so on and so forth. So be on the lookout on that. If you guys like my reviews, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I've left those links, there's a link up there, and I've also left the link down below for my Twitter and Google Plus if you want to follow me. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I will see you in my next video.